As you guys may know, I am the substitute that was recently fired from teaching because of my TikTok.
My baby has not eaten in 2 hours. That is why I'm on my way to my second job tonight, because it is my responsibility to make sure that he eats, not the U.S. taxpayer.
My ick is when you come in for your induction talking about, can I take a shower and eat?
What? My ick is when you ask me how much the baby weighs and it's still in your hands.
Dad comes outside and asks for a paternity test right outside the room door.
Saying you don't want any pain medicine, no epidural, but you are at an 8 out of 10 pain with just a Cervidil, and you're still closed, fingertip.
When we've already told you to push a call light, but every 5 minutes, your family member coming at the front desk asking for something else. Excuse me, can I have a blanket? Another ick, when you're going room to room between one baby mama and your other baby mama.
Oh, no.
Ick. Say that. It's the unlimited trips to the nurse's station for me.
Oh my god. I really just got fired because of my TikToks. Oh my god, I'm like literally shaking. I just lost my job that I worked at for 2 years because I didn't know that I wasn't allowed to like record at the restaurant and make TikToks.
So y'all know I'm always on here making like funny TikToks when I be like on breakout work and stuff. So the TikToks that I make just got me fired. They just fired my ass. So y'all be careful with posting TikTok, even if it's not your voice, even if you're not saying where you work at. You being in uniform and making certain TikToks with certain captions or anything can cause you to get fired from your job at a clinic.
Teachers, if a student is annoying you, just remember, you can lie. There's nothing that says you have to tell the truth all the time. I teach history. I tell my students the wrong stuff all the time when they annoy me. I tell them that Abraham Lincoln invented the car. That's why it's named after him. I tell them Logan Paul and Jake Paul had a great-grandfather named Paul Revere, because they don't even know how names work anymore. And I crop dust them all the time. I save up big, milky, lactose-intolerant farts, and I drop bombs silently because I'm an adult and I know my body. And then I just let it stew, and then I walk away and I go, oh my God, it stinks over there. And then they have to sit with it. And you know what? They can't fire me because they need me.
Well, I mean, they did fire him.
I just got fired.
So somebody had sent her bosses, the higher ups, some of her TikTok videos to which they didn't like, and now she's confused as to why she got fired. But the one thing that I've noticed with a lot of her videos is it seems to be that she's doing it from within the office.
This woman was just fired from her job and kicked out of her gym after she made a video on TikTok saying this. Watch.
This may be a hot take for some people, but if you're 200 pounds, you shouldn't be in a Pilates class. There's no reason why they should allow 200-pound people in a level 2 class. Or you shouldn't be allowed to be a Pilates instructor if you have a gut and you're fat.
So that woman made that video a few days ago thinking she really did something, playing with her necklace. She was all dressed up, saying sorry, not sorry, talking about people in her Pilates class. Well, her job and the Pilates facility that she was a member of both saw this video and not only fired her, but also revoked her membership.
She's the flight attendant whose twerking cost her dream job.
I didn't think that, being so happy can turn into something like this.
The teacher who went viral for letting his students take out his braids was fired from his job.
Hey guys, so I'm the one in that video working in labor and delivery, making a silly video, and I got terminated from my job this morning. My office director called me in and basically explained that the hospital ran across my video and it was against their policy and terms, and they have a zero tolerance policy against posting social media, I guess in the hospital, and I'm terminated immediately.
Let me tell you about the time I got fired from Allied Universal for posting videos on TikTok.
This video is so disgusting, and I hate that it popped up on my For You page, because if you ever had a pet and had to put one down, there is no way that you're finding this to even be funny. Essentially, in the first part of the clip, she is holding a cat and then goes with, unfortunately, I didn't get cracked last night, so all the wellness appointments are getting put down today. And like right here, she's theoretically throwing the cat that she showed in the first part in the freezer. And someone in the comments said, I'm a vet tech of 20 years. This is insensitive to do to pet owners who may see your TikTok. Do something better just for views. She's like, girl, go somewhere else then. I don't give a. And below, someone saying that they're terrified that this is the type of person who would take care of their pet. And while, yes, this might be a joke, I don't want this type of humor around my animal, especially if I'm taking them there because they're not feeling well. When it comes to pets and humans, joking like this is just not really acceptable. And someone did point out, they're like, if a nurse said this about a patient, it would be unacceptable.
Hello guys, and welcome to the Joy Report, where we get an outsider's view with an insider's clarity. There's something wild happening online lately, and I've been noticing it more and more. It feels like every day I scroll through TikTok and come across another video of someone filming themselves at work doing something that makes me stop and wonder, why would they ever post that? And not just harmless little clips. I'm talking about videos that look like they were practically designed to get someone fired. It's almost like some people forget the difference between their workplace and their bedroom. They just point the camera, hit record, and share things that should have stayed far, far away from the internet. And that's what made me make this video, because the amount of people losing their jobs over these careless TikToks is honestly getting out of hand. Before we proceed, all credit goes to the creators of these videos. You'll find all their acts in my description box. But for now, let me play you a few more clips and I'll be back with more commentary.
I absolutely hate when somebody has to lose their job, but some things are common sense. And this healthcare worker, because I'm not sure if she was a nurse or what she was, but she did have on scrubs and seemed to be in a healthcare facility. And she was doing one of those challenges and she was above her patient's head dancing. Everything ain't for everybody. That challenge was not for you, because you not only showed that patient on camera, which is against HIPAA, you also was dancing above this patient, which was highly inappropriate. And some things are a teaching moment, and maybe this is a teaching moment for that young lady, that some things is just inappropriate in the workplace, and you got to kind of recognize what goes against your profession guidelines.
A substitute teacher was fired on her very first day after posting TikTok videos of her students.
All right, so I watched the whole video about this teacher. I watched the original video that the individual posted themselves, which I thought it was wild, because you're a substitute teacher. You are walking in the building in that capacity. Two, you don't have the rights to record and video any students. And the crazy part is this happens a lot. Like, you hear about stuff going on all the time with teachers, substitute teachers, the inappropriate behavior. It's just wild.
It's wild how a 30-second TikTok video can change a person's entire life, and not in the overnight success kind of way, more like the you no longer have a job kind of way. Every day, someone somewhere decides to pull out a phone, hit record, and post something that should have never existed outside their camera roll. And as soon as that post button is tapped, their career is already halfway out the door. What really gets me is how many people treat their job like a content playground. They record themselves doing things they shouldn't be doing, showing things that shouldn't be public, or behaving in ways that go against every rule they agreed to when they got hired. And the thing is, you can almost see the thought process behind it. This fantasy of going viral, of getting attention, of turning a boring day into something entertaining. But the moment they hit post, their career is already halfway over. It's like people forget that the internet isn't just their friends watching, it's the entire world watching, their bosses too. And one of the biggest issues comes from people who record sensitive information at work. Some of them film paperwork, computer screens, or even private conversations like it's nothing. And then they act shocked when the internet zooms in on every pixel and calls out details they shouldn't have known in the first place. Sometimes you can tell the person didn't think the video through. Other times, you can tell they didn't think at all. But either way, anything that exposes private info is a guaranteed fast track to getting fired. There's no debate, no second chance, no oops. Once that video is out, it's out. Then there are teachers. Most teachers are wonderful people who work incredibly hard, and they deserve their respect. But every once in a while, a few forget where they are and start recording in their classrooms like it's behind-the-scenes vlog. They film students without permission or talk about things that should never be said out loud in a classroom, let alone posted online. Some even complain about students, thinking it will come off as relatable or funny. But instead, it just makes viewers uncomfortable. And parents, oh, They do not let that slide. Schools don't either. So those videos usually end the same way, with someone packing up their desk.
This is in regards to the young teacher that got fired for letting them little girls play with his head like that. No Drizzy though. No, that sounds crazy. No Drizzy. But I've been thinking about this as I've been watching this all unfold, and I seen he got fired. My thing is, and this just might be the fucked up way that I think, but you ain't have no little whoop to do that for you? You know, like no little joint you be messing with to take your hair out? Like, I was just saying, like, you a young dude, good looking guy, respectable job, instead of having your underage besties who be texting you after hours on your personal phone, which let's not even get into that. Where was your adult homegirls or besties?
Also in the medical field, that's where the line gets crossed the hardest. When I see videos of medical workers joking about patients or making fun of symptoms or wandering around like they're making a comedy skit instead of working in a place where people need real care, I'm honestly baffled. Some talk casually about situations that absolutely require professionalism. And every time one of those videos blows up, the reaction is exactly what you'd expect. People get upset, employers step in, and suddenly someone's career in healthcare is over before the TikTok ever finishes trending. And honestly, it's not surprising. When your job is literally about helping people in vulnerable moments, filming those moments for clout is one of the worst choices someone can make.
Breaking news, these nurses in California were just fired after posting a TikTok making fun of their patients at their OBGYN. So this person right here, she's the ringleader of this. It was actually on her TikTok account. She had all of her nurses pose around a picture and said, "Are patients allowed to leave you guys gifts?" To which then she posted pictures of her fellow nurses posing with what people are saying is bodily fluid from their patients on the sheet here at their OBGYN. And these are the gifts that they said that their patients are leaving them.
But it doesn't stop there. There are also people who treat their job like it's a club. It's never the dancing that gets them fired. It's the fact that they're dancing while completely neglecting the job they're paid to do. It's not the right time or the place. The internet does what the internet always does. It calls them out, tags their employers, and spreads the clip everywhere. Before long, the workplace sees it, and that person is suddenly updating their resume. One thing all these situations have in common is that people forget their phone is recording evidence. Everything they do is on video, and it's not hidden, it's not private. It's posted publicly, usually by them, proudly. And when their employer finds the video, the outcome is almost always the same. The company goes back to the rules, pulls out the contract, and posts to the exact paragraph that says, "Don't do this." And people act surprised. But the truth is, the writing was on the wall the moment they hit upload.
Alright, so this Ohio lady, she gets fired from her job, rightfully so, because she took it upon herself to not only leave a tip, but went to a restaurant, and this is what she wrote on the receipt. 0, you suck. It was an $87-84 receipt, and she goes, "I hope Trump deports ya."
What makes it even more ironic is that these videos rarely blow up for good reasons. They go viral because the internet is in disbelief. People stitch the video, repost it, criticize it, and before long, the entire comment section turns into a courtroom. Everyone's analyzing the clip, pointing out every detail, tagging the business, and saying, "Hey, is this how your employees act?" And the moment the employer gets alerted, well, that's usually the moment the job ends. At the end of the day, going viral isn't worth losing a paycheck, a career, or a reputation. The internet rewards attention, but it punishes bad judgment even more. A TikTok might last 15 seconds, but the consequences can last a whole lot longer. So before anyone starts recording at work, maybe pause and ask, is this worth it? Is this something I want the whole world to see? Or should these moments stay off the internet forever? Because once that video is out, there is no taking it back.
NHS nurses, midwives, student midwives, you know what, healthcare assistants, all the NHS professionals, listen up. Guys, why am I still seeing, come on, 12-hour shift for me, come to work with me on TikTok? Honestly, I have seen a rise in these videos, and guys, let me just tell you, someone is going to find your videos and someone is going to report you.
So what do you all think? Would you ever record something at work? And have you seen a TikTok that made you think, yeah, they're definitely getting fired for that? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I would love to keep this discussion going. Otherwise, that's it from me. I also have another video specifically tailored for you. And if you enjoy such kind of content, please click up here and enjoy. Also, consider subscribing, liking and sharing because it helps me grow my channel and helps YouTube recommend this video to a wider audience. Lastly, kindly consider joining my channel and I would really appreciate it. But for now, thank you so much for watching. And until the next time, the Joy Reports out.